here. I am outside. I thought it was very fitting for this video to record the audio outside. This video is going to be a combination of footage I shot last year and just yesterday. A bit of a tour of sorts of my garden and or yard. A few people have asked for something like this, so kind of went around and took footage of some of my favorite plants, flowers, things like that. So I'm going to be showing those and talking about them with you guys. Now, since I am outside, I can't fully control the audio. You're gonna probably hear some cars, maybe some planes, my neighbors perhaps, but I hope that you guys will like the sound of the breeze, the birds, and you'll kind of feel like you're in my garden with me. I hope you guys enjoy this garden footage, and let's get started. So I do apologize for my shaky hands on some of the footage. I shot most of this without a tripod, just because I kind of wanted to show and share the movement of the different flowers, and I wanted to be able to reach out and touch some of them. So a lot of this footage I shot it one-handed, and my camera's a little heavy and my hands are already shaky, so I'm sorry if some of it looks a little too shaky for you, but I hope you enjoy the video nonetheless. So we're starting off with some hydrangeas, and they're kind of blue and purple with their beautiful green leaves. Hydrangeas are a favorite in my family, so I actually have a few different ones. And then of course we just have some hydrangea blossoms, so they're still coming too, but they're still very pretty in their little blossom form, you could say. And then this is just a little sitting area that I have in part of my yard that I thought I would share with you guys. You've probably seen it in some sort of video, either lookbooks or whatever. There's a little bit of a hammock that I never use. This is an unknown tree. Essentially, I think a bird dropped seeds for it or something, because it kind of came out of nowhere and I have no idea what type of tree this is, but it is pretty, so thought I would share it with you guys. Now above me is a butterfly bush or butterfly tree, depending on what you call it. I think it's called different things in different areas, but yes, I usually call it a butterfly bush, and I do often see lovely butterflies on it, so it's always nice to have plants throughout the yard that attract, different things. is a honeysuckle. Speaking of attracting different things, I see hummingbirds on this honeysuckle so often. They're so fascinating to watch. Their little wings are just so fast and they just buzz around, but I usually mostly see them on this honeysuckle. Now this purple flower, I believe, is a catmint, and it's just a purple bloom on the catmint with the little bee. Just, you know, something else I thought the little blossom was cute, pretty to share with you guys for this nature video. This is a fig tree. I love fig leaves. I think they're so pretty, and I love the shape of them. They're kind of different to regular leaves, you could say. I just like the shape to them. And, you know, of course, I love the bright greens of spring and summer. They're just so pretty. And here are the figs themselves. We do actually get quite a few figs off of this tree. Sometimes I really like figs and sometimes I think they're gross. I guess it just depends on the season. But a lot of people I know enjoy figs, so they can eat them if they like. This tree with the red berries of sorts is another one that I believe kind of grew itself, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm sure I could research it, but it's kind of in a side part of the yard, and it looks pretty, so I thought that I would share it with you guys. Just wanted to share different colors, textures, and looks to different pieces throughout my yard. These are grape leaves, kind of in the little grape arbor area of my yard. We do get grapes on these as well. They're very sweet. I do actually eat these. They have seeds in the middle, so they're not like the regular grapes you might get at the grocery store or whatnot, but I believe they're called Concord grapes, and as I said, they are very sweet. You know, they're nice to pick off the vine on a nice summer day, you know, and nibble on those. This is the sets of banana trees. Now, living in the Pacific Northwest, we do not get bananas on them. It's not quite warm enough, but the leaves are really cool, and it was just something that to try something new. There's been a couple winters where we've actually been worried about them dying off because the banana leaves were, you know, covered in snow, but they actually are still going strong. Still no bananas. I doubt we'll ever get bananas unless, you know, global warming completely changes our climate, but as I said, the leaves are so tropical. It's quite different to a lot of the trees that I have in my yard, or, you know, in the whole area that I live. And this is a plant with yellow and green petals, or leaves, I guess you could say. It's so hard to say the name. It's like a golden unimus or something like that. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but I do love the colors of this, and I think it's different to see the yellow leaves instead of just green, and I've always enjoyed the pattern of those, so I like to photograph them and things like that. So I ended up photographing a lot of these flowers and tree bits while I was filming. I forget how much I get inspired by nature when I'm out with my camera. Now this is a pear tree, and you can see one of them there. This does grow pretty good pears. They're not like huge, but there's like little baby pears that do taste pretty good. I used to have an apple tree as well, but it actually had to be cut back. But yeah, this is just the little pear tree. This here is an orange lily that I think is absolutely fantastic. I love lilies. I think they're gorgeous, and this bright orange color is so appealing. I loved getting different footage and different photos of it. It's just so pretty. This little purple flower, or set of purple flowers, I believe it's called a vinca flower. Just a little flower that I have in a pot. Just some nice dark purple with the green leaves. This right here is lamb's ear, with some bees on it, you can see, but it's so soft. I used to love touching these leaves when I was a kid because they are so soft. They're just, I guess you could say, like a lamb's ear. They're just very, very, very soft to the touch. It's very soothing to kind of run your hands along them. And this flower right here is a purple iris. A lot of purple flowers I'm kind of seeing as I was filming the footage for this video. Now this is a purple rhodie, and it's like fully bloomed. I have a red one as well, but it actually hasn't bloomed yet, which is kind of unusual for it, because usually it blooms first. But it's just a little different this year, it seems. But the lavender and the dark purple are super pretty, I think. I really like colors and different things in nature, as you can probably tell. So I hope you guys enjoy the footage that I'm sharing with you guys. Now this is my odd fascination with weeds. I don't know why I love certain weeds so much, but it's very true. I love photographing dandelion weeds. I think they're so cool looking, even though it's a weed. So I just had to include it anyway. It's one of my things that I always tend to photograph when I'm out in nature for some reason. I just like the little spritz of each bit of it. Now these are a bunch of purple bells, or lavender bells, blue bells, some white as well. They're gorgeous. These are under my fig tree, but they've actually spread to multiple areas of my yard, and they're just really pretty. I've actually filmed a couple times in front of them for a lookbook, and I've been taking pictures in front of them, just a lot of different things. I think they're so pretty. I honestly wished that they lasted longer, because unfortunately they don't last as long as some flowers, but when they're here, they're just so pretty to look at. And of course, I love the combination of the different purples with the greens, of course. This right here is a lilac tree. Smells fantastic. If you've never smelled a lilac tree, it's really fantastic. This tree I also see a lot of butterflies on. So many butterflies. They're usually bright yellow ones, but just very pretty to see. And as I said, lilacs do smell really nice. And there are certain times when you don't even have to be right next to the lilac tree to smell it. A certain wind will pick up and you'll be able to smell it. This is a Camilla tree. This is a Camilla tree. It has these bright pink flowers that I've always loved as long as I can remember. They're very pretty to photograph as well. I know for a fact that I have filmed at least one, possibly more, ASMR videos in front of this pink tree. I believe one of them was a Reiki healing roleplay. I just think it's very pretty with the bright pink flowers and the green leaves. Something that I also always like to photograph, and I got some really pretty photos yesterday with the sun coming through and hitting the petals. So very pretty in an artistic way, you could say. This is just a random garden fixture that I thought I would share with you guys, with a little bit of light reflection and whatnot. Just something to look at. This is another angle of the purple or lavender lilac tree. It kind of wraps around in interesting ways. So this is just another angle of the lilac tree. So this here is a dark purple clematis plant. As you can see, it is a very dark purple. It's very pretty. And this here is a white clematis, and the same, just a different color. This one's just white. These little guys right here are hens and chicks. I always think that these are very cool looking with the greens and like the little tips of colors and whatnot. I think that they're very, very cool. This poor little thing is unfortunately another unidentified. I don't know what this is. I'm sure we have it written down somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure what this plant specifically is. But you can see it's kind of a reddish, pinky color of sorts. It looks pretty, so I thought that I would add it to this video, of course. These here are yellow roses. I showed some roses earlier. But these are the yellow ones, and you can kind of see the red ones up behind them in a bit. These right here are bleeding hearts. I used to really love these little flowers when I was a kid. If you actually open up these little flowers, it looks like a lady sitting in a bathtub is what I was always told growing up. But they're just called bleeding hearts, and they kind of have that heart shape to them. They're clearly a pink and a little bit of white color. This is a red roadie. I showed you a purple one earlier, but this is a bright red. I love it, especially with the contrast against the green leaves. It's always very visually pleasing to see those red and green colors together, with them being opposite colors and everything. This is a light pink tiny rose. These roses here remind me of Alice in Wonderland for some reason. Painting the roses red, or painting the roses red. Something of that nature. But they're very pretty. And this right here is a pink carnation rose. So I believe it's in the rose family, but it resembles a carnation as well. So I guess that's why it's a combo of both. And as I said, it is pink clearly. And then, as I said, these little purple bellflowers kind of is spread through different parts of my yard. So I thought I would share this little section of them as well. They're just spreading all over, not that I mind, because I think they're very pretty to look at. Very pretty to have throughout the yard. Alright guys, so that was a bit of my yard garden tour. I stuck to more visually pleasing things in my opinion. I have some other things like tomatoes and other more like garden things, and a bit of an herb garden as well. And I'm even seeing more things as I look throughout the yard that I could have filmed, but didn't want to make it too overly long, I guess you could say. But I hope that those of you that were interested in some outside nature spring videos enjoy this. When the weather's beautiful like this, I can't help but want to film outside, so you can definitely expect more videos outside, probably role plays, and just a bunch of things. And if I go on any hikes, I always love to bring you guys along as well. So thank you guys so much for watching this little yard garden tour. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and a lovely evening, and I will see you lovelies in the next video. Rest well.